I feel great. I'm positive. Got a positive attitude going into the season. I feel like the guys are coming out here and they're working hard. They're putting their work in from the defensive side of the ball to the offensive side of the ball. Each position group, they're working their tails off, and I'm happy with that. These guys are pushing me as far as my skill position group are pushing me. And I'm excited for the season to start. I'm ready for that first game. You'd be out here practicing for camp, for weeks, and all you see is your guys. I'm ready to play somebody else. And see where all this hard work, watch it pay off.
Yeah, you look at the numbers for this team. I mean, the big production receiving-wise has come from the slot. That means there's a lot of pressure, a lot of competition, obviously a lot of talent where you're playing.
Most definitely, there's a lot of talent within our group, and that's the beauty of it, to be able to, pull one out, put one in, and still keep everything flowing the way it's supposed to. I commend Coach McGee. He puts a lot of work within us and a lot of confidence in us. And I just love being out here competing with the rest of the guys. When you go out and you got somebody, if not better than you, or the same, you got to work every day, to prove yourself and, to gain a position and be able to play.
Was last year like a kind of reacquaintance with football? I mean, you'd been playing basketball here, now you came back. You had your brother on the squad. I mean, that was cool. And do you feel like you're kind of like back into the game now? I mean,
I'm obviously, being out for a couple of years and then coming back playing at, Michigan, it's kind of tough, but you find that groove. I'm surrounded by great coaches, great players around me, and, like Michigan's a great school, and with all those positive things around me, being blessed, God's blessed me to be able to come back another year, fight, and, like I said, I'm just happy to be around these guys who are working hard. It's motivating me to want to work hard, get out here and, compete for a spot and, hopefully win some games and get some positivity out of this.
Yeah, your family's been kind of entwined with the school a little bit. I mean, does that motivate you extra when people are saying, oh, this program, it's been down, they're looking to come back? Has it kind of been pushing you to say, hey, let's get this back as soon as possible?
It's almost like an underdog, people don't, right now people aren't expecting us to do that well, people aren't seeing us as that team that Michigan's always been. But, I think that's the fight within all of us. I think all of us are competitive and in the sense to see that, people are down us. But all we got at the end of the day is us. We out here fighting every day, we're working, and we know what we got, we know our weapons that we have, and all we can do is continue to work and go out and prove ourselves every day.
How about the QBs? I mean, all three of those guys seem to be in the mix. I mean, what are you seeing from those guys? Progression, obviously. There's a lot of improvement from that trio.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It's just like every other position. The quarterbacks, it's competitive. You got three great quarterbacks who are going to come out and they're going to compete every day. They're learning. They all want to learn. They all want to be competitive. They're all positive, which is all great things for quarterbacks coming, especially playing here at Michigan. Coach Rod's getting them ready, and hopefully, of course, he's going to pick whoever, to start, who he wants to start. It's totally up to him, but, I just love their work ethic. I think they're all working, and I think they're all candidates to be able to play and to lead this team.
You feel the team's really cohesive right now? When we hear you talk about brotherhood and being all together, you really feel like that's the case, especially on the offensive side?
Most definitely. I think on both sides of the ball, I think the competitiveness and the brotherhood and sticking together, all those are key, aspects of, a great team, I starting to see that every day, coming out here working and seeing the positivity. Like I said, I keep saying positivity because, this group's positive. We're staying positive no matter anything that's going on. We're all positive and we're all confident, within ourselves and within our teammates.
You guys got a big game to open the year, UConn. I mean, that's a quality team. You got some extra seats in that big house that they're looking to fill. I mean, it's got to be something you guys are really looking forward to.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it. We got a chance to go into the stadium yesterday and play a little bit and look up and see those suites, and actually a little bit louder in there too. So we're all looking forward to it. We're working. Every day we're out here working, and this is the times where you look at how we're working out here and how it is over there, and it's just like this is what we work for. So it's gonna be great.